Hey there, and welcome to Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. We are going to be cruising up and down Skyline Drive today, which is one of the most beautiful scenic drives in the United States. And right here we're at the Shenandoah Overlook. It's it's the first overlook we come to after entering the park on the north side of Skyline Drive. The park was dedicated in 1936. I guess it first became a national park in 35. 36 it was dedicated, and it's $30 to enter for a week. Gets you a week of admission through the park. And we are right up here in Shenandoah National Park. Skyline Drive is 105 miles long, 35-mile-an-hour speed limit the whole way down. There are 75 overlooks, 500 miles of trails, and various visitor centers along the way. I don't think we're necessarily planning on going the entire length today, but it should be pretty fun to see what we see. We've stopped at the Dickey Ridge Visitor Center, which is pretty early on the north side, and take a look at the overview and look off in the distance here. I don't know if you can see on the camera, there's 1,000 gnats here, which is driving Mrs. Coaster absolutely bananas. But some beautiful views behind us. It is a just gorgeous view. It's very peaceful, and even though the park is relatively busy, I think we haven't run into a lot of traffic on the drive itself, which is nice. It's really nice. When we go to Cades Cove and Smokies, it's often very busy and the traffic gets backed up, but it's really nice to have sort of a pleasant drive here, and you're not dealing with a ton of traffic along the way. Stopped at the Indian Run Overlook here, and it's kind of neat because we are up in the clouds. Very low clouds over here. Almost looks like it might rain or something like that. But the Shenandoah Mountains vary from like one mile across to 13 miles across for the national park. So there's quite a bit of different things to see, and different sizes or different width of the park along the entire drive. And at the end of the 105 miles, you're going to see it connect with the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is 469 miles and rides all the way down to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We are currently 2,300 or 2,355 feet up. The highest point is going to be, I think, around 3,800 as far as on the drive. So we'll hit that a little bit further ahead, but we're going to climb another 1,300 feet or so on the drive. I don't know if you can see in real time, but in the camera, I mean, I can definitely see it in person, but you can see the clouds moving across this area in the low clouds, or we are high up in the clouds, basically. But it is really gorgeous. Still pretty hot around here, but gorgeous. We've seen some deer and some squirrels. We have not seen any black bears, either in the park or at the place that we're staying. We're staying out in the woods, so we keep looking to see if we see some bears along the way. This is the Browns Nuttin Overlook, and here they describe the constructing the drive. In 1931, when the National Park Service built this road, they faced the challenge of trying to build a stable road and yet provide scenic views and stable base for the drive, so that we can vary back and forth between these incredible overlooks, as well as then winding right back into the trees. So it's really cool, and it's intended as a leisurely scenic drive. You're not supposed to speed through it. The speed limit's 35 the whole way down. It's just supposed to be a nice leisurely drive with beautiful views, and we're certainly taking advantage of that today. They even say here, come back when you have more time. It's a scenic drive, and it's supposed to be enjoyed for all of its beauty. Pulled off at Hog Back Overlook, and this is around, we're 3,385 feet up, not quite 3,400. We got another 400 or so feet climb to the highest point on the drive. More gorgeous looks. It really is a beautiful scenic drive. I don't remember the last time I did it. It was quite a few years ago that I drove on any of this, so it's been a long time. But we're definitely going to be doing some more of this, and it'll be nice to just take a drive through the scenery and very relaxing ride. Mrs. Coaster hanging out, avoiding the gnats, seeing the views from the inside. Some deer right across from the overlook, right next to the road. We were just getting ready to pull out of the overlook and spotted the deer here. Deer and a fawn. Hopefully they aren't dashing. They don't seem bothered at all by the cars going by. The Mary's Rock Tunnel Overlook, and as you may have just seen, we just came through a tunnel here. When they encountered Mary's Rock, there's a 3,500 foot granite peak, and they realized building a shelf into the slope would create a huge ugly scar, so instead of going around, they decided to go through it. And that took about 1,000 pounds of dynamite every day, and they blasted through 600 feet of solid granite in 15-foot increments. And 3 months later, they had a tunnel. And about a week after they completed the tunnel, cars were streaming through. This was all done in 1932, so pretty impressive engineering for the time. So a quick look at Skyline. We stopped. This is basically the highest point on the drive in the park, and we stopped. And this is like there's an office area. There's like a dining area. Right along here there's a resort, like a little lodge. These are all rooms, places that you can stay in. Along here, we've never stayed here. Don't know much about it. I've just seen a couple reviews that weren't glowing. But it's a place you can stay right inside the national park. A lovely view here. Some outdoor dining. The dining room's over here. And there's also gifts and a tap room. I'm not sure if the tap room's open right now, but it doesn't look like the indoor dining is due to COVID. So that just about wraps up our day on Skyline Drive in the Shenandoah National Park, cruising around the Blue Ridge Mountains. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
It was so beautiful.
It was really, really pretty. We didn't get to hike much in the park, but since we came back here, we've been hiking around right where we are, and there's a bunch of trails, and pretty steep and strenuous. So this coaster's worn out. But thanks for watching. We're doing more stuff and trying to get things going again, and travel and enjoy fresh air like everybody else. So remember, kids, have a good time all the time.